In St George, the Balonne River has finally peaked, just short of last year's historic flood. But it'll take days for the waters to recede and residents are able to begin the massive task of cleaning up.
The people of St George are giving thanks. They've been spared the worst.
In this area, as I said, we've been pretty blessed.
The Balonne River finally stopped rising at 13.2 metres, just short of last year's record flood.
I think we've just escaped this by, that much.
Mick Kennedy set up camp in his back shed as floodwaters came perilously close to his home. Now he says he's laughing.
It's just for the luck of God, you know what I mean? And that's it. All over. And we'll just move on now.
Next door, the Davidsons have a lake where their front garden should be, but they're certainly not complaining.
I think I just need a gondola outside and we'd be set.
Others, though, have not been so lucky. Many properties have been inundated.
Until they can get back in there, it's going to be pretty agonising, and I think as soon as they can get back in there and get on with the job, the better they're going to be, because you are better if you're occupied than sitting waiting.
But it'll be a while before the people of St George can begin the horrible task of mopping up the muddy floodwaters. The Balonne River is expected to recede just as slowly as it rose and could hang around the 13-metre mark for days.
However, things will get back to normal for a lot of us. I think it's going to be a long road for a lot of other people, though, emotionally, financially, all facets of life.
Until the clean-up can begin, many are trying to make the most of a bad situation. Sharyn McKechnie, ABC News, St George.
And Sharyn McKechnie is still in St George. She filed this update.
Well, it's taken days for floodwaters here in St George to rise, and it'll take days for floodwaters to recede. And of course, that will really hamper the community's efforts to get back to normal and count the cost of the floods to this region. There'll also be an emotional cost too. Up until now, people have just been too busy, I think, to take stock. They've been sandbagging their homes and moving belongings to higher ground. But now, while they wait for the clean-up, fatigue will really set in. And of course, with the floods come the sandflies. They're bad enough now, but as floodwaters recede, they're going to get even worse. As people around town will say, if the floodwaters don't get you, the sandflies will.